Oh, I can tell it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I hop on and I forgot to add myself to the screen. Good morning, everybody. Oh, it's early. You guys are crazy, but I say that and then I'll have to start doing this every weekday for the rest of existence come August. So it's not that far out. I have my man voice. Still, I've been up for about an hour. It's 6 here, depending on where you are. And mostly I deal with Tennessee right now, so it's probably in some areas only 5. So good morning. I was on yesterday with Lisa, which, whew, some crazy stuff. Those 911 transcripts, I've read over for a while now. And we've just really been talking about what to do. I've kind of been hesitant because, the 13th district in Tennessee is getting lit up right now. But if you really pay attention, uh, Dunaway's response is crazy. I keep saying that I don't see where he answered any one question. So, as much attention they are getting from, the media and here, it's still not quite the right attention that we're looking for. So we've just been deciding what to do to kind of really get the ball moving as far as that and officially, you know what I mean? So we got these, I got the 911 transcripts. And the biggest thing is that I just want to say about them is, Lisa's been out here saying a lot of things for a while now. And a lot of people doubted her in just little details, and in a hanging and a suicide, and yeah. But she had been out here very, very much fighting and advocating for Aaron's justice. And when I got these transcripts, I was just, not that I didn't believe her, obviously. Gosh, if you've been following all along at all, yeah, wow, go watch those videos. But if you haven't and you're on the outside, I can understand. But when I got them, I was just like, oh my goodness, this is just going to show everybody, you know. And so, yeah, we decided to talk about it a little bit yesterday. If you didn't get to see that, go back and watch that, because it's just crazy. There were a lot of stories given. One was that it was, what was officially put out there. And that was, him and the girlfriend were getting into it. He took her out to the shed, and it was just him and her, and he hung himself. But then everything else came to light, and then there was a story of, oh, they were partying and just found him. Just a whole bunch of things, but it's just the one that they settled on. There's so many holes, and that leads to questions, and they're not answered. So yeah, we'll be figuring out how we want to go about that now that everybody knows that they're out there. So not in the last video, but in the one I did before that, I said, just trying to share this into the page, which I'm going to get into here. In that video, I was just like, I've been finding, learning more about YouTube and whatnot. And I said that I really want to. In that video, I was just like, there's my normal echo. I said I wanted to really open up my community on YouTube. I've been learning about it. I've been watching other YouTubers, and they kept talking about this this community, and I didn't know what it was. So I started I started Googling and whatnot, and figuring out what it was. And I thought I had to get a certain subscribe. That's why I was like, hey, everybody, come subscribe. I want to open up the community. I want to be able to post updates, you know, and when I can't go live and stuff like I do on Facebook. I don't know what happened. I don't understand. Because after I asked everybody to subscribe, I only got like maybe 4 subscribers after that, which is cool. I don't care about that. But my thing is I went from like 506 to like 511 now, and my community's open. I don't know how that happens. I thought you had to get a certain. I don't know. People are watching. I definitely get my hours in the reach, so maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. It has to be because of you guys, and I want to thank you. I was going to make a post and let everybody know, but then, you know, I found out about Joshua Bohannon's funeral arrangements. So I figured, you know, why not make that the first post? So if you're on YouTube, excuse me, and strictly, now you can get updates, and you can go see, if you click the community button at the top of the page, you can go click on his link and get his funeral information if you're interested in that. I wish I could be there. It's just short notice. I will be down there next month, and I plan on, you know, anybody that's in the area, anybody that's down there that wants to kind of connect and reach out, yes, definitely get a hold of me. We plan on leaving that Friday morning, and leaving late Sunday. So I'll be down there for a little bit. So yeah, I'm going down there for the Gainesboro 4 vigil. It will be at the courthouse, the lawn area there. If you let me just finish sharing this real quick. Talk and then I stop. I can't multitask like that. See, that's why it's so hard for me to pay attention to the comments. Like, it's not that I don't want to engage with you guys. I'm just learning. That's all it is, I promise. Every now and then I remember to switch over and I say hi. But so we're gonna have the, let me see, and I'm also learning the share screen. So I'm going to try it out now because I want to pop this up. Let's see here. Yes, there it goes. Well, let's get rid of all that down there, huh? There we go. It's a learning. I'm learning. It's learning progress. So first of all, I appreciate everybody that reached out for the yearbook. Jackie is just looking for one. We promised to just borrow it and return it safely. We just can't get a hold of one at the school. I posted on Facebook saying, you know, they just have one for the vault that they can't lend out. So I very much appreciate anybody that's willing to help her out. I know that they're going to the library today to see if maybe they have a copy of something or something like that. But if not, yeah, we will be reaching out. I appreciate that. So I will repost the vigil on my community page on YouTube now, and I'll repost it on the Facebook page. It's gonna, you know, 3, 4, 4. We really want to kick it off. I have it from 4 to 7. You know, when we started talking about having it there, you know, the local officials and whatnot were, you know, it's Saturday. There's a new bar in town. There's a bar scene, you know, and where we are, will take up a lot of that space. And I just want to make everybody aware of that, you know, I cut it off at 7 because about, you know, if you think about it, 7, 8 o'clock is when people are going to start to arrive for that. So I just want everybody to take an account to that. If you're in the area, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So they did warn us about that. And this is not rude. I am not being rude at all, I promise. But the way I see it, you know, we'll get there 3, 4 o'clock. We'll be locked in. We'll have our parking spots. This is a vigil. So we will be there. I'm not rushing anybody out at 7. We have candles that Jackie bought that we want to light. So we at least want to stay to where, you know, you can light them up. and we can kind of end things on that note there. But I just wanted everybody to be fully aware that it's a Saturday, and where we are kind of conflicts that scene a little bit. But I hope people understand. I hope people see why we're there, and they understand. And before you head to the bar, stop over and ask what's going on. So we would love to share it. I'm sure, I've talked to many people that say, wow, I've lived around the Jackson County area all my life and I never heard of this, which is devastating for, one victim is horrifying, four at the same time is just devastating. So that's when we're going to have the vigil. It'll be May 14th between, 3, 4, and then we'll see how it goes from there. I will be down there. I think every single one of you guys that put forth me getting there, that is there. It'll stay there. That's what it's for. It's for nothing else. When I started my page, I told everybody I can never get anybody's hopes up, but I can damn sure have a mouth. Like, I'm a little shy at first, but as everybody can see, that's fallen away. Very much needed so, because these stories are very important to be told. And I just want to say, do your research. Again, there's not a lot of information to go research on some of these, some is just oh, sorry, I seen the comments. I really don't know if that's just somebody being trash bag fashion lovers says, hi, ever wear a plastic bag? If not, will you wear one now? I don't have one here available where I'm at. But anyways, go figure. I try to pay attention to the comments my first time. And I just don't think a lot of people, it just needs to be aware. And that's exactly what the vigil is for, to just simply remember, nothing else at all. So I hope everybody can come. It is May 14th. I will be down there. I appreciate every single person that put me down there. Like I said, we start out and I hope for this. This is what I hope for in the end is we get that attention, that specific attention to those people that we, and it's just awesome to see that happen. It's happening in a few of the cases that there are stories that we've heard so far, Parker Morris, Gainsborough. I mean, 13th is lit up right now, but their DA is really not doing anything. So I'm iffy on to put them in that category. Leon Baker, he isn't out of out of Tennessee, but his family is all the way in Hawaii, and he went missing out of Las Vegas. And if you can imagine how extremely difficult that line of communication must be, after we aired, everybody found out a little bit of information, and they reached out to the family, and they're in contact, and they're working on a few things, and that's all I can hope for here. And as that happened, I've been invited to come along on some of those journeys, and you guys have made that possible to start, and I will be down there for the vigil on the 14th. So today, officially a month, I will be down there. We will all be gathering, and I hope anybody, there are 4 families here, 4 sets of friends. I just think what a better time to just put things down and show up and support and just remember. It's going to be open. You want to write something down and speak about your friends, by God, please write it down and come speak. We will let you. I just wanted to be a very relaxed, remembering atmosphere. That's all. And if you don't want to be on camera, you just let me know. That's, I'm not here to pester anybody. That's not what I'm going down there for. I'm not going down there to get the scoop or the next video or this or that. I would just want to give it coverage, and I appreciate everybody that's letting me be able to do that. That's great. So yeah, I'm gonna be kind of quiet on some things for a little bit, you guys, because that's my whole point of this. I've been saying from the beginning, media, law enforcement, investigators, DAs, mayor, whatever. Can we get some answers? That's all. We're gonna make everybody aware of the situation enough to they agree that these answers or these questions need answers. And that, So when they do, when they come out and say, "Hey, we're getting the ball rolling here," hey, then I'll do my part and I will shut up. I know I've ran down the Gainsborough 4 but there's still a lot of stuff that we didn't go over, rightfully so. And we were getting ready to, and then we, kind of had to take the back seat for a little bit and see what happens. And, it's kind of cat and mouse or tennis, it's your move, and we'll see what happens after that. I have my opinions. I have my thoughts. I've really gotten to dive deep down, the Gainsborough 4 story. And that has allowed me to kind of form those opinions and those thoughts. But I just want to make it clear, in reference to a few comments that were on the page, all I'm simply saying as far as a survivor or any of the people that were implicated by what I've seen and heard, you have this whole side that is told very, very well. And then you know nothing about this other side. And from what I've learned and I've gathered, I can't put everything out there publicly, at least not right now. But rest assured, if the job doesn't get done, you got to think about it. Gainsborough is 2 decades old, you guys. And that's what I mean by I handle each story and each family that come to me differently. Like the comments about Josh Bohannon. That was a very fresh, investigation in case. Same with Leon Baker's. There's stuff out there that I haven't said. I'm just here to try to spark something, to make everybody aware. Like, listen to the questions that these families have, and they're credible, and they need answers. So, no, I can't talk about everything. And as much as I have talked about the Gainsborough 4, there are, like I said, a lot of things that I haven't come out about. Because we want to give the right people time. We want to do it the right way. And we are going through the right channels. So, but rest assured, with everything, when all is said and done, if nothing happens, then, we'll go on. But all I've said was, you have this whole side that is known, and you have this whole other side that's I see exactly what the people that first took the scene were saying. And I see where they are going, and I will stand behind every single one of them. I will. Because whoever took it over, and I say whoever, but I know, and I know a lot of you guys know, it just seems like no matter what was said, nothing was done after that. And they didn't try very hard. And I know they didn't try very hard. So all I'm asking this time is you put on some pressure. Remember what you're doing. Remember who you're doing it for, not just the families. There are 4 people that can't speak for themselves. And no matter what happened that night, I believe that there could have been answers to the questions. I firmly believe that, and I stand behind that. I think there were other factors going on that kind of did not give this case the chance that it needed. And that's horrific to think about, don't you think? It's just horrific. I believe it was human error, pissing contests, and a lack of working together because of it. And 4 people suffered for that, 4 families and 4 sets of friends and loved ones. So, yeah. But I will say that things are moving. We don't have very much hope. So that's why I'm saying put a little pressure on it. No matter what we do here, you guys are going to be the one. Don't call them. Don't get their hopes up, because you guys are going to get their hopes up out of anybody. And if you're going to do the damn thing, then do the damn thing. Same with any case out here that I've covered that is what I consider starting to become active. Just keep that in mind. I know it's election year. Use whatever, if that's what you want to use it by all means, because you'd sure be a hero if you crack some of these. So yeah, just do it well. Make sure your intentions are pure. So yeah, I think that for now on, I'm going to start going on. I don't know. I think if it's just me and we're just updating and chatting about things, I'll come on in the mornings and save what I can for the evenings for families. I've been talking to a few families. There will be a few more Tennessee families coming in. There's just a gob of them, y'all, and we'll go through them all. Everybody will always have a safe space here. I don't try to keep a narrative. I speak from all sides. If you want to come talk, then come talk, and I will make sure that everybody stays nice while you're doing so. So I just, that's how I do it. That's how it's going to get done. The birds are starting to chirp. Sorry, I was just making sure. So, yes, if anybody, I have my community on YouTube open. If anybody is on there, I made my first post about Josh Bohannon. Funeral arrangements have been set. I will read it here. Funeral service for Mr. Joshua Brian Bohannon, age 28, of Cookeville, Tennessee, will be conducted 2 p.m. Saturday, April 23rd, 2022, from the Chapel of Speck Funeral Home. Burial to follow in the Young Cemetery in Jackson County. The family will welcome friends on Friday evening, April 22nd, 2022, from 5 until 9 p.m. at Speck Funeral Home. And if anybody out there, I am, my heart is with you guys. I am so very sorry for the way that Josh came home. And that's all. It's just answers. I hope that you guys get answers to all of your questions that you've had. If anybody is in the area, please stop out there with them and show them lots of love and lots of support. I can't imagine what they're going through, and I won't ever pretend that I do. Like I said, I've been in a bubble. I lost my grandma. She was my everything when I was young. And then I just recently, about a year ago, lost my friend that was close to me, and that was my first experience. So, and I can't even imagine or relate to anything like the things that Josh's family has gone through. It's a whole different ball game, and You don't want to go there. You don't want to think about that, but we need to. We really do. So if you are from Cookeville, Tennessee, if you're in that area, I encourage you guys to just go stop out there. Talking to them, I think the whole family can understand that they just there's no way he could have been out there and been okay. But to hear it, I can imagine that was still very surreal. But that is the latest update that I have. As far as, I check the page, I check, what the family's saying. I have not seen anything about his autopsy yet. And it may be a while before that. So, as much as it hurts them, I'm sure, it's something that they can focus on to remember him in a good light. Just I just can't believe how incredibly hard it must be for them. So I'm going to be coming back on and talking about Miss Courtney Cash. Um, I've been saying in her videos, I have the preliminary transcripts and I have the Wayne Marcella's interrogation transcripts, and they've never been put out there, and I have been kind of talking with Cindy, Courtney's mom, and kind of asking her to maybe if I can throw them up on screen or release them, because I think it's very important for people to see what went on in that interrogation room, what Austin said in the prelim hearing, and of the evidence that we do have so far and what we know of and what wasn't thrown away. Um, I just think it's very important for all of you guys to see those three pieces put together. And then after that, I have some letters from Wayne that we might talk about bringing into light, because this was back in 2014. These letters are COVID time, so 2019 on, um, and still to this day, his story has stayed the same. His account, his statements, the things that he can remember, and the things that he just I cannot say that I did. That's one thing I will say about he has never ever once tried to say that he was innocent in it all. He knows damn well he never made that 911 call in time. He knows and he feels guilty for what happened that night, which is definitely more than I can say for Courtney's boyfriend, who was also in the house during the time. He was made out to be a victim. Um, my opinion, I don't think that's true. Uh, Austin was going to come give his account, and I kind of held off, and gave him that time to come. I don't think that's going to ever happen, so we're going to move forth and move on. If you go on the page, if not, I will. Now that I have my YouTube community open, I'm so excited, y'all. Now I get to, if I can't go live, I can just make posts, the same posts I post on my Facebook. I can post on my YouTube channel for people that are strictly on YouTube, and it's awesome. So I will put, if you are on my Facebook page, though, I posted a video of Austin's upon arrival to the EMS, and officers are questioning, getting his account. So that was literally right after everything transpired. He left the house. He made the dashing escape out the window. with his daughter in his hands. Yeah. And just the things that Aaron or Austin talks about and being on the brink of this and that, you hear this and see this video and it kind of questions, and then you see the prelim and what he says in there, and then you see what Wayne says, and then you take a look at the car, the window, and I just want to see if everybody falls to the same conclusions that I have. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start going through the transcripts, and we'll bring up the video and the pictures and kind of all bring it in together and tie it into what they were saying. And then in hopes of talking a little bit more about what Wayne's saying, more 2019 COVID era. So when I'm down there next month, I will be getting up with Cindy, and she's going to let me see and go over a lot of the things that she has in her possession, which I appreciate. I don't ever have to see anything that I don't need to see. That's not what I'm here for. But yeah, she will be opening up, and I appreciate that. So that way I can come back here and we can move forward. Until they say, okay, we're going to keep going. That's how we do it here at TC Spotlight. So, yeah. I have been, like I said, I've been talking to some more Tennessee families. Things happen. Things go on in their personal life too. I never want to make anybody feel rushed. That's not what this is about. When you're ready and it's meant to happen, it will happen. And my door will always be open. So don't ever be afraid to set something up and have to pause it for whatever reason. I've had a lady, I reached out. So, I don't ever reach out. I would much rather you guys reach out to me, because I don't want to I don't ever want to impose that in anybody's life, privacy. They're grieving, and that's a loss. I'm not reaching out to try to sell Tupperware here. So that's why if I get good, strong word that I can reach out to them, I will. But if not, I really just that line of communication somehow that I can reach out. But I've reached out, and, I've gotten, well, I can't right now. This is really going on. I'm sorry. Don't ever be, don't ever, if you don't need me, that's the best news that I could hear. But if you ever do, then I am here. So, yeah, lots of things are happening behind the scenes. There's kind of been a little bit of a pause. I want to kind of start this Sunday night rewind. I have a few cases that we have talked about that we've talked about, and that's about it. That I kind of want to keep bringing back into rotation just to keep popping those faces up. So I think Sunday nights would be a good night for that. Sunday mornings, Sunday nights. So just because I want to keep putting that out there, that awareness out there. I want the same things to happen that are happening for, Gainsborough, Parker, Leon Baker. I want it to happen for everybody. So it just depends on how far they let me in. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine with me. I will keep rehashing and retalking about, I have Katie Cawthorn. I've done an interview and a few video on her, and nothing's really came my way. Nobody's reached out to talk, no friends, which obviously raises questions for somebody like me. Not one, nobody, not even coming personally or privately, no commenting. Just the family, really. Her mom did a really good interview that I want to bring up when I go back on about her. You talk about ones that just literally walk out the door and vanish. Katie Cawthorn literally walked out the door and vanished, except for we know that can't happen. So it's very interesting. And Diana Gonzalez, she is out of Winter Haven, California. And same, her and her then girlfriend at the time got into a fight, and she walked off, and literally that was it. And we know that doesn't happen. We just know that's not something happened, and we need to figure out what. So I kind of want to bring cases like that back up, and because you never know when somebody's gonna re-see it and finally decide to be like, it's time now. So yeah. So I think mornings is going to be it for, just me coming on and just giving everybody a heads up and updating. We'll kind of figure things out after that. I apologize. It's just such a new schedule around here. And my son doesn't want to take a nap anymore. And that was usually my time to come on. Um, it's just so much more peaceful. I don't know. I feel like, oh, what's that movie? Step Brothers, where or no, Talladega Nights, where he's just like, I don't know what to do with my hands. He's trying to do that interview. I don't know what to do. That's how I feel right now because my kids are asleep and it's so quiet. I don't know what to do with myself. So yeah. Oh, and by the way, I'm using my profile picture here because believe it or not, a lot of people think that I was somebody else and I was tied to maybe a few of the cases. I'm not. I'm nobody. I'm literally just somebody with a loud mouth that can read between the lines really good. So good that, sometimes my own family don't like it. So I'm usually the one, if you don't want to hear what I see, I don't give my opinion or my thoughts until I get a very, very, very good decent of the picture on all sides. And then I start to see what isn't being said. And then I start to see where Charles didn't go and just kind of stopped and stuff, I'm just very good at seeing stuff like that. Well, what about this? Because you said this. And then I'm just really good at catching stuff like that. It's made a lot of leeway, and I'm very happy for the families. Very, very excited to do. Now, happy and having hope is just a different thing. We're happy that they're taking the interest and doing the due diligence, but like I said, we hope that it's with pressure and not just, a pretty smile for the election. You want to use that platform, you want to use that to crack these, by all means, but make sure that you're actually doing it, not long enough to say, hey, I'm running Gainsborough 4, and then we don't, there's nothing. So yeah, I can see that too. I think everybody can kind of see that's going on, and I hope they prove us all wrong. Yeah. So yeah, I think that about wraps it up. Um, Jason Rice's mom, I've been talking to her. I don't really know too much about it. Um, all in all, you know, our son was walking a car with 6 people in a car that's only supposed to be for 5, a lot of distractions going on in there. All in all, he was hit so hard the windshield broke. And from what I'm gathering, he left the scene. Jason ended up passing away, and nobody was charged. And they had to go get this man, bring him back to the scene. And investigators are saying there's nothing that they can charge him with. I know that he had told the family that leaving the scene of a crime is not a crime. I'm diving into that because from what I already just Googled and touched on, I don't understand where he made that statement from, especially when it results in a death. From what I've seen from a petition and what they wrote in there, he drove a few blocks, dropped those people off, they all ran. So it's very sketchy. And my biggest question is, there's nothing that he could be charged with for leaving the crime of an accident that resulted in somebody's death. I mean, they want to say he was walking on the wrong side of the road, he was in all black, he had earbuds in, but okay, the driver had 6 people, and I'm sure that was pretty hectic in that car as well. And you're supposed to be paying attention. So yeah, I really hope that I get a chance to really talk to her and dive into that. Um, it's crazy, the things that they can tell you. And if you're in the dark, they can, like I told you, they can do whatever they want. And they want you to feel like you can't say anything. They want you to feel like you have to do this in silence and darkness. And I understand it to an extent. I do. I don't want you guys to think I'm naive here. But then you get to that you get to that point where you see things, and you start to question, you know, should you open up your mouth? So go back, listen to them all, share them all, keep them out there. Things are getting done here, and I want to see that. I want to see that continue for everybody. It's been awesome to see, very surreal for them. I, they say they thank me, and I am very appreciative of that. But I don't know, it doesn't sit right with me. They've been at this since the beginning, and all we're doing here is just taking the time to listen to them, and further amplifying their voices by sharing and commenting and engaging and asking and saying what the ever loving, just like they are. And it's getting done. So I will be down in Tennessee in exactly 1 month. Gainsboro 4 Vigil will be happening. I will repost that in the community. I will repost it on the page. I am just so happy at the turnout that is already happening. I'm not shocked. After 2 decades, I bet you all want to get together and remember your friends and your family. I bet you do. And so I'm very happy to see the turnout. Josh's will be happening this month, his funeral on the 23rd. And friends can come the day before that on the 22nd from 5 to 7. 5 to 9, I'm sorry, at Spec Funeral Home. So I will be making sure all updates are updated and posted on both now after I get off here. I appreciate it. I don't know how we opened up the community. I literally 2 videos ago said, hey, I learned about this community. Subscribe so we can open it. I only got like maybe 5 more subscribers after that. So I don't know what it took to open it. I can only assume it was you guys. And I thank you for that. That's what I want. That is just another way I can, I like to do the videos. I'm a visual listener. I'm a reader, and I'm a picture. I'm a little bit of everything. So I try to incorporate it, and opening that up just lets me do that for YouTube. And thank you so much for that. I'm very excited. I posted Josh's funeral arrangements on there yesterday. I was going to go and make a big post about it, and then I seen that update, and I felt that was a little bit more important. So it is there on YouTube too, so go check that out in the community and get those details. I think I hear my little one stirring. I think that is about everything that I wanted to talk about. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. I plan on coming on here every day early. I know that there is always something to talk about. Push it out, get it out, so that way I can leave the rest of the day for families that want to come on and speak, and catching up and updating. So yeah, look for me every morning. I'll be here. Well, okay, we'll have to come up with a schedule for that. Maybe not every morning, because I'm not sure if I'll get up that early if my husband doesn't go to work. So he's like on the 3 on 2 off schedule. So we'll get it down, but it'll definitely be in mornings. You'll see me. I hope I can start to catch people live. If not, keep commenting, question. I check them. I'll respond. And if I don't get my attention, yell at me, message me, email me, however. Hey, Ash, I've been trying to get a hold of you. So I'm happy. We are moving forward and moving on, and the hopes and things that I've had for this whole thing I started here are really coming together and really tying together. And I thank you. It's all because of you guys and the families. This wouldn't be happening if they weren't brave enough to come speak, families and friends. So I hope you guys stick around. I will be. Where are you from? I'm in Ohio. Hello. It's early. It's probably, if you're on the other side of the world, it's probably not early. I'm going to head off. I hear him rambling up there. It's breakfast time. Coffee time for mom. Coffee time for a lot of you guys. I think you guys are getting around getting your kiddos up about this time. If you didn't get to watch, go back and watch. And I will see you guys next time.